Alright, I just want to document something really quick. So, I literally just put up, like an hour ago, I put up my Death of Prince video, how it connects to the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James and whatnot. April 22nd, I'll even type in the time here. Let's go to time. I can't show you because I can't figure out how to move my screencast thing. Well, it shows April 23rd, 12:42. So I guess today is April 23rd at a little after midnight. But I go to my Gmail just now after whatever, 12:35. So 7 minutes ago, I got a copyright claim on one of my old videos. Like, what in the world? Out of nowhere, I get a copyright claim on this video, 22 Jump Street. So I just want to go through and check it out. We'll see what it's all about. Interesting, I've been talking about this number 79 in regards to Pope Francis being 79. LeBron James's full name equals 79. Lots of 79. Murder equals 79. The 22nd prime is 79. I honestly don't remember anything that I talked about in this video. So, let's see here. Your video has been blocked. Blah, blah, blah. So, it could be played on YouTube for this whole time, but then now all of a sudden it can't be played. I don't even know how to do this all here. I wish it would tell you the date. Just open it here. I've been talking about 22 a decent amount lately, and I see it only has 45 views even. I put it out November 25th, 2014. So let's just look and see how long ago that was until today or until Prince. And actually, I already typed it in. 11/25/2014 to the day Prince dies. 513 days. I just have been talking about this movie Money Monster that comes out on 5/13, May 13th, the 134th day of the year. So, super interesting. I keep seeing this number all over the place. 135, 513, also 134. And if you write out 134, it equals 115, and if you write out 135, it equals 115, a number I've talked about connected to the Golden State Warriors, as they lost their first game of the season 1 month and 15 days into the season. Then they lost on 2/19, a number that's connected to back-to-back championships, but that was the 115th day of the season. Their game on Sunday will be on the 115th day of the year. So let's check it out. I guess technically today it was after midnight. 515. What did I just talk about in the previous video? All the 51s. I mean, my last 3 videos have been all about the 51 and the 15ths. So how ridiculous. They copyright strike my video 515 days after I put the video out. Also, in regards to the 134 and 135 stuff, King Charles III equals 134. But I'm gonna go ahead and watch this and see if there's anything interesting in this video. It was one of my really old videos. I didn't even know Gematria at the time, I don't believe. So, we'll see what it has to offer. And, yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so anyway, I went and watched it. I don't really even talk about a whole lot. I mentioned a lot about the number 88. There's a lot of 88 references in this movie. I talk a lot about the 22. I've been sitting here for the last few minutes trying to figure out what are they trying to tell me with this? Because they've done this to me before. I'll leave a link to some of the videos. They've copyright struck my videos at weird dates, and then they actually connect to other stuff. And I haven't been talking about it, but I have noticed 165, and I just kind of spaced it off because I didn't know what it meant. I hadn't seen it in connection to anything else that I've been looking up. And now I wish I would have been writing these down. But check this out. So I put this video out on November 25th, 2014. The movie 22 Jump Street came out on June 13th of 2014. If you go from that day to the day that I put the video out, a span of 165 days. What are the odds of that? I didn't know that at the time. I put this video out 165 days later, and the reason it's so significant is because it's 22 Jump Street. Look what 22 is in Gematria. 165. So they want me to see 165 for whatever the reason. I wish I could go back and find out the ones that I didn't write down. And wouldn't you know it, this year, June 13th, the 165th day of the year. Remember this movie came out on June 13th, 2014? So I put out a video about this movie 165 days later about the number 22 that equals 165. This year, the 165th day of the year, just so happens to be the second anniversary of that movie coming out. And honestly, look at this date here. Look at some of the significant things they talk about on this date. The very first thing, the Edict of Milan, that's the thing that Constantine made to where everybody had to, like basically religious freedom or whatever, right? So he became a Christian and whatnot. But look at the year that it came out. 313 AD, Pope Francis became the Pope on 3/13 of 2013. If you write out, I'll just write it here, the mark of the beast, 306 it equals 133 and also 313. A lot like the day of May 13th or March 13th. 313, 13/3. Even if you write out Pope Francis is the Antichrist. Pope Francis is the Antichrist. 133. So also I've been talking about, or whatever, I showed the Edict of Milan. Edict of Milan equals 57 in Gematria. Let's see what it is the big way really quick. Edict of Milan, 57, 111. Interesting. But in regards to the 57, I've been talking about Prince Charles and all kinds of stuff with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Prince just died at the age of 57. I talked about the connections to Vanity, the protege of Prince, who died at the age of 57. But look at Constantine here, the guy who, whatever, made the Edict of Milan. He is the 57th emperor of the Roman Empire. And wouldn't you know, Constantine, 134. Just like King Charles III. So if Queen Elizabeth dies, Prince Charles will become King Charles III. I've been talking about all of these numbers. Just like I said, the movie Money Monster comes out on the 134th day of the year. If you are watching this, this is exactly why you should believe what I'm talking about. Why in the world would YouTube copyright strike my video 515 days after it's been up? If you go and watch this video, which you can't now because it's copyright struck, I don't even show video clips. I just show pictures of the video and I talk about the picture. I mean, pretty ridiculous. Anyway, let's go back and look at the date again. June 13th. Actually, before I even look more into that, June 13th is 613. Look at that, 112th prime number. Chicago Bulls equals 112. Prince died on the 112th day of the year. Queen Elizabeth turned 90 on the 112th day of the year. So, June 13th also just so happens to be the day that King Charles I got married to Henrietta Maria of France. She's also the mother of King Charles II and King James II, who were the kings after him. He was executed during the English Civil War. Then his sons were banished to France, or at least King Charles was. James II went on his own accord. But then later on they both came back and whatever. They were the last Catholic kings in England. Anyway, let's check this out here. So, Henrietta Maria of France. First thing I notice, her birthday, November 25th. I put this video up November 25th, 2014. Amazing. A few other things I find interesting with her, a lot of the English Civil War had to do with her being from France, and they had the gunpowder plot and all that before that with King James. She married King James' son, and she didn't speak very good English or any at all, and a lot of people hated Catholics at the time and whatnot. So a big part that the king was married to a Catholic. But also, it says that the U.S. state of Maryland was actually named after her. Maryland just sticks out because that is where the first death of the Civil War happened, and we had Freddie Gray died on that same day and whatnot. But she's also from the House of Bourbon, and we just had the Kansas train derailment, and then just a week after or something, we had the death of Brandon Bourbon, the Kansas football player. Kansas was the 34th and last state to join the Union before the American Civil War. And there's lots of 34 and 43 surrounding the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln, even born on the 43rd day of the year, became president on 3/4. He died 4 years and 3 days after the Civil War began. Civil War even equals 43. Lincoln equals 34. Tons of other stuff. I believe murder even equals one of them. Murder equals 43, 34. Maryland is also only one of 2 states that adds up to 88. California is the other one. That's just interesting because in this actual video, I mentioned a ton of 88 connections. They're running out of the football thing, and they even have the 88s that they run through and whatnot. It's a lot of 88. And she also died in the year 69. Just sticks out. I've been talking about the 69 in regards to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the back-to-back theme that they're running in the NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers equals 69, back-to-back equals 69. Even June 13th, the day that movie came out, the day they got married, June 13th equals 69. Also interesting that the word, if you write back-to-back the small way, it equals 24. I've talked a lot about the X theme that they've been running, especially since the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, Beyonce Knowles came out and did the whole Black Panther tribute. She wore the X outfit in tribute to Michael Jackson and whatnot. Michael Jackson's full name equals 134 in Gematria, by the way. But she did the whole X stuff. It was in regards to Malcolm X. Malcolm equals 24 in Gematria, just like X. His real name is Little. Last name is Little. Little equals 24. The score of the Super Bowl was even 24-10. In Roman numerals, X is 10. But as I was looking through here, in Jewish Gematria, King Charles III equals 300. And so does the letter X in Jewish Gematria. So interesting. Also, Beyonce Knowles in Pythagorean Gematria, the small way, equals 69. So I'm going to leave it at that. You get the point. I'm going to keep looking, though, see if I can find some more stuff. But pretty ridiculous that YouTube does that. One thing I want to leave you on is that I've been talking about this day a whole lot. Normally, the 165th day of the year is June 14th. This year, it's Donald Trump's 70th birthday, also Pope Francis's 1,189th day as being the Pope that matches the chapters in the King James Bible. So there's a lot of other connections to 146 if you watch my previous videos. I'll leave a link to other videos in the video. So thanks. Have a good